Okay, guys, here's just a few notes from practice. We need to remember that our black defense is 2-3, our white defense is a 1-3-1, and our red defense is man-to-man. A few things that I noticed last week when we were in our 1-3-1 is we had a trap set up, but we're unable to close out. So this is what I saw exactly. The one dribbled over here. And correctly, the two came up right here. Not the two, this defender came up and made this trap. And then this defender came and correctly was right here. However, we had the man trapped and we never closed in on him, and he was easily able to throw the ball to the two right here. What we need to do is when we trap, I want you all the way up on them. Get them to where they can't see. So that was a big problem. We've got to, once we have the trap set, we've got to close out. Okay, and while we're talking about trapping, same thing on our press. The press does not work if we do not stop the ball. So this is what we were doing. So we've got the ball would be inbounded into this guy on the sideline. The main priority of this defender right here is he has got to run to the spot in front of the ball. His job is to, whether he gets run over or the offensive guy has to go out of bounds, but he will not go up our sideline. Okay? What happened last week every time is instead of going up here and heading off the ball, we were running straight at this guy. And all he had to do is take off, and then we're just chasing him up the court. That is not a press at all. So those of you guys that were not at practice today, we repeatedly worked on, once that ball is in, that we go and we cut it off, and then this guy brings the trap. Okay? A few other notes from watching the video is it seems like the other team wants the ball more than we do. We've got to have active hands. And what that means is we're not going to reach, but we are going to pop the ball. We're going to pop the ball from the offensive player. Okay? Another big problem that we have is when we pass the ball, so one's going to pass this ball to this two. If the two just hangs back and waits for this ball to get to him, it's so easy for the defender to intercept that ball. But if instead of watching that ball, it's getting thrown to the two, and the two goes to the ball and meets it and boxes out the defender, the ball is not going to get stolen. So we have to go to the ball and box the defender out. Okay. The other thing we went over in practice is our red man-to-man defense. And what we went over is our priority when we are defending is we have got to protect the paint. And so when we are in our red man-to-man defense, our job is primarily to beat the other team down the court and set up in a spot. And so what your spot's going to look like is going to depend on what position you're playing. So if you're the one, you're going to run to this spot. If you're the two, you're going to run to this elbow, the three to this elbow, the four to this elbow, and the five to this elbow. When the team comes up the court and they set up their offense. And let's say it looks like this. Okay. We're each going to call out who we're defending. Oh, shoot. I messed that up, guys. No, no, we can go with this. All right, so the X's are on offense. So you're going to call out the number that is your man, okay? So it's pretty natural that the 3 is going to take this guy, the 4 is going to take this guy, the 2 is going to take this guy, and then the 5, who's usually going to be our big man, is going to take the center up here. Our 1, if the ball is dribbling up, is going to yell out, ball, ball, ball. If the ball gets thrown over here, the 2 is going to close out, and he's going to yell, ball, ball, ball. If the ball gets thrown here, the 4 is going to close out and yell, ball, 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 ball. Okay, it's very important that when we're running our red defense, that we run to a spot. Once again, that means that when you are on defense, so the 1 goes here, 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, 5 here. All right? Okay, if the ball is on this side of the court, the 3 and the 5, you sag back to this lane because our priority is to protect the paint. Of course, if the ball ends up over here, the 3 has got to go out, and then that means that the 2 and the 4 have got to sag back to the lane because they've got to protect the paint. The reason that you're sagging back is, let's say the 3 runs out here, and this guy blows by. Then 2's got to help, and 5's going to be up here. And the 4's got to help. Okay? So you're always looking, when you're on defense, you've always got to know where your man is and where the ball is. Okay, speaking of closing out, remember, choppy feet, hands in the air. When you're going to the ball, you're going to have your hands up, and you're going to be chopping the whole way there. We must talk. We must yell ball, ball, ball every time our man gets the ball. That way that we are clearly communicating who we are covering. And when the shot goes up, and we didn't even get to talk about this in practice, when the shot goes up, the first thing I want you to do is put your butt on somebody. So let's say these guys are in a little bit here, okay? And let's say this guy shoots the ball. You've got to put your butt on this guy. You got to put your butt on this guy. We got to put a butt on him. And that's how you rebound. You've got to put a butt on somebody. Okay, that sums up most of my notes from practice. I know it was kind of a little disorganized and kind of a little weird, but please remember, Wolves work hard, Wolves never quit, and Wolves respect. Thanks.